Welcome to Real Sense Now. It's your host, Dawood Bedrosian. You know what you came to. The best show that you could listen to all week long. We are live from 11 to 12 every Saturday right here on Florida Man Radio. If you're tuning in for the first time, Real Sense Now is your go-to show to give you the insightful discussions with extraordinary people. I'm your host, once again, Dawood Bedrosian, a connoisseur of real estate and maybe some of life's finer things. And of course, by saying that, what I want you to know is that this show is designed so that we are here to provide you with the cheat code on how owning real estate is essentially the cheat code to your success. On my show today, I have a very special guest, and I want to welcome Dhillon, who came all the way from Toronto, Canada. He's been better known as the ultimate negotiator. I'm going to have to negotiate that one with you because I think I'm the ultimate negotiator. So we need to figure this one out before the show is end. Right. And we're gonna just share a lot of insights about what's trending in the market, what's happening, how you got into the business, and better yet, how did you become the trailblazer better known as the ultimate negotiator? I'm not really happy about this one.
There you go.
So let's start from the beginning. From humble beginnings to becoming one of Canada's top producing realtors, now making your way over and expanding into the States. Your journey has been nothing short of truly inspirational, right? You also made top 10 real estate agents as well?
Yeah.
Like what a great accomplishment that is.
Yeah.
Number 2, right?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's dive in. Let's start with the origins of becoming a real estate maestro. Take us back to where it all started. What inspired you to follow your grandfather's footsteps in real estate?
This guy did his homework.
I did my homework, man.
This guy did his homework. Listen, real estate essentially has been in my blood, man. I didn't even know it.
Really?
So yeah, my grandfather, he, you know that story, came with $25. He just turned 100, bro.
Really?
Yeah, we went to his 100th birthday in Vancouver. Came to the store with to the country with $25, and the reason why everybody says $25 because back then that's all you were allowed to bring over.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I didn't either. Right. So anyway, long story short, I seen him working in a factory. And after work, just buying real estate properties. Going there, he became the plumber, the electrician. He just owned a whole bunch of properties. And I seen what it did to his net worth. So a guy from India that came with nothing is worth millions and millions of dollars, right? So it was the knowledge that I picked up subconsciously. Then I went in, I did the whole school thing for accounting, became, had the corporate job, really wasn't for me.
Yeah, I was about to say accounting doesn't seem like it gels with your vibe at all.
I was a bad employee. I feel bad for my guys, yeah. 5 sick days turned into 10, coming in late, 1 hour lunches turned into, I just wasn't happy.
Yeah.
And then 04 or 05, I can't remember now, I got my license. I think it was 04. And dude, there's something happened to me back then. I just wanted to start trying at something. I wanted to realize if I put my mind to something, what can I become? Something switch. Because I was partying and doing stupid stuff since I was 15 years old. Right? So but when I got, when I hit my late 20s, I was like, okay, time to shift. Got my real estate license. I actually applied myself for the first time in my life, if it wasn't for sport or anything. When it came to academics or work, I applied myself. I'm like, damn, Rick, if you apply yourself,
you can do anything, right?
You're all right. Yeah.
You can do anything.
Yeah.
So we're talking about pivotal moments here, and I really like where this conversation is going because I have a really strong feeling that as much as we're going to be talking about expanding your business, real estate trends, and so on and so forth, I think the undertone that I'm feeling is mindset.
Always.
Can you share a pivotal moment that in your career that really shaped the path that you were on? Was it your distaste for accounting, or did something else trigger?
I'm getting goosebumps now. I'll tell you the exact moment. It was my older brother got diagnosed with brain cancer in 2010.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got goosebumps too.
Yeah. And unfortunately, he passed away in 2011.
Oh my God. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. We all have our story. That's
Yeah.
mine. And I was transforming before then. reading audiobooks. Audiobooks really saved my life. But it was that moment where after you go through your little depression, whatever, I was like, damn, life's short, you know? Something switched on me. I snapped. You know, I call it over a decade of destruction now. I just snapped in a good way and really just realized you got to leave it all on the floor, man. Whatever you're doing right now is you're leaving it all on the floor, and everything, health, relationships, work, spirit, all of it. So that was my TSN turning point.
What's interesting here is not only understanding the shift and the mindset, but I think what's really important is to understand how you mentally level up from transitioning into accounting to starting off as an aspiring realtor that pretty much didn't know probably much about what was going on or how to go about the business.
Yeah.
To really becoming one of the top producers in the country.
Right.
I mean, let's talk about that mindset, and let's talk about how do you shift into becoming the very best at what you do?
I'm a strong proponent of this. I think you got to create one belief in life. You got to create the belief, whatever it is, and beliefs transcend into other things. So when it comes to real estate in general, because this is a real estate show, I want to give some real estate tip points of whoever's watching. I just really, when my career just took off, it was for FSBOs. I crushed for sale by owners, bro. I did one thing. You ever play a video game and one guy has one move and he keeps using it and they call him like
a one-trick pony? Right?
One-trick pony. I was a one-trick pony.
But you know, it's funny. You're talking about FSBOs, which is for sale by owners.
Yeah.
I generally don't like to mess with any of that stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's funny how like people find a niche and they just kind of excel at it, right?
Yeah. So I was lazy.
Yeah.
Right?
At least you know you're honest about that.
Meaning, there was a lot of people doing prospecting, cold calling, blah, blah, blah. I go, look, for sale by owners, I know already want to sell their house. They put their hand up. So here's the key, though. I had to articulate myself in a way to make sure that they need to do it with me and not without me. Not only it will be more convenient, but they're going to make just as much or more money. Okay. So I went crazy on that.
So talk to me about that. Because I mean, if I'm sitting here as a seller and obviously I'm trying to sell this property by myself so that I don't have to pay these extra fees. So I would like to believe, because as professionals in the space, the one piece of advice that I can tell any seller is don't try and sell your house on your own. You definitely need the expert advice from the reliable professional that you're trying to work with. Talk to me about that. Like, I mean, like, what do you say? Like, do you just say, hey, you need to come and work with me? What's the spiel?
This is where the ultimate negotiator comes in.
Oh, God. Here we go.
You ready?
I'm ready.
It's really easy.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't come to the table with an agenda. I actually friggin' listen. That's it. And I listen with my heart.
Yeah.
Right now, when you're talking, or when we were at dinner yesterday, I'm listening to you with my heart. I'm trying to see what do you need? What can I do? How can I make this moment better for Dawood? How can I make this moment better for the seller? I think too many salespeople come with an agenda. I stopped coming with an agenda.
You know what they say?
It's how easy it is.
You know what the worst sale is?
Yeah.
The sale you have to make.
There you go.
Because you have commission breath all over you. And honestly, all people want in any business is to be heard, to have their needs met, and better yet, educate them through the process.
Yeah.
Because once you educate them through the process, you essentially present all the options to them and allow them to have an empowered decision all by themselves in order for them to go out and find the best property, the best investment, the best opportunity that exists for them and their family, so that they can in turn create generational wealth through this cheat code better known as real estate.
You nailed it. See, look at that. Look at everything you said. And that was the second part of my answer. Too many realtors that get into real estate don't know real estate. They want to get into, okay, how do I get my first client? How do I open up a lockbox? How do I get online leads? All this stuff, right? I think of a professional as a professional. Like a basketball player, they go practice basketball. A golf player practice golf. Real estate agent comes in, and let's take it to a profession, a doctor. Why is it if we have a cough, we go to the doctor, and they say, Dawood, take these pills, you'll feel better. You take the pills. Okay. But as a realtor, most realtors unfortunately don't know real estate. So if you can become the expert, know how to calculate a cap, know how to calculate ROI, like you do it. I come here, you're like, hey, that area is amazing. This area is amazing. That area is like 2 minutes away from Disney. This one has this cap rate. Like you're a professional in your city, right? So if you become a professional at real estate, the sales part of real estate is easy because you're helping people build net worth.
So you want to know my belief system?
Yeah,
I'm going to probably turn the table upside down right now. I'm in real estate. I've been selling real estate for 17 years. I truly don't believe that I'm in the business of buying or selling anything for anybody. I truly believe that I'm here to listen, add value, and solve someone's problem. It just happens to be in real estate. Because I feel like most of the time you're managing people. You're just dealing with human nature.
You know the way I say that?
Yeah, tell me.
I'm in the business of building relationships.
Yeah, absolutely. And my favorite quote that I say on the show all the time is that we live in a relational economy. Let me tell the story about you. So a dear friend of ours that helped us sell a ton of property, shout out Enza on the show, came to one of your sales rallies and was so impressed by what you had to offer and what you had to share and what you were teaching that she was like, you really need to meet this guy, Rick.
Thank you, Enza.
Yeah, as luck would have it. And I think I'm a big believer in manifesting things into your life and people into your life. And like you said, I feel like you can feel people and attract them into your life. And I watched some of your content pieces because I was like, who's this Rick guy?
Yeah.
Right. And all of a sudden they get a phone call and they said, hey, Rick is coming to Orlando. We want you to meet up with him and host him and so on and so forth. And we chatted a few times on the phone. And just like you said, we live in a relational economy. You can hear people anywhere in the world and start collaborating and create a phenomenal symbiotic relationship that could really advance whatever the goal, aspiration, inspiration, agenda is that you're trying to meet here. You know, today we're expanding on the possibilities of building out bigger teams in North America. We're here to establish how we can work together so that we have Canadians looking at Florida properties, and the list goes on and on and on. We're doing a big show this year together. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, man. Oh, yes. I would love to talk about that. That's what brings me to Florida. We're doing an awesome event called Path to Profit. And this event, it is showcasing Florida supply to Toronto demand. You're going to have the highest net worth people in one room that are interested in buying property, interested in knowing about Florida, investment opportunities. It's more of like a network opportunity for people that want to do big things. I'm sold on Florida, not just the weather. I think our dollar stretches really far here. Some of the prices that I see, I'm like, damn, man, you can't even get a bachelor in the city of Toronto.
Studio or whatever.
And even the exchange rate doesn't matter because you're only putting that exchange rate down for the down payment.
Your deposit, it's not on the total amount.
It's not on the total. And then the rent you're getting in USD.
But the funny thing is when you start to look at the migration pattern for where immigrants are, international investors are coming from, places like Canada, Mexico, China top the list in the top 3 every single time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Even like South America now, it's coming here a lot.
Brazilians, Colombians, for sure.
All that stuff, right? So, yeah, just going back to a point that you were touching on is, you know, I want to go back to really quickly because I think this is very important. We talked about building a belief, right? And there was a point in my life where I didn't believe in myself subconsciously. We were all there, but I want to fast forward to today. Dude, I say this with gratefulness and humility. I don't think there's anything that I cannot accomplish. Let me tell you why.
I got to give you a high five for that.
Yeah.
One.
Now I sit here in front of you today, and I'll tell you why. Because Source, God, Universe, whatever you want to call it, wants me to do it.
It's conspiring for you.
For me.
Yeah.
So when you tap into that, the right people at the right time come in. So
Always
right now,
up,
first time in my life, I'm like, yo, I'm just a magnet.
Me too.
And people feel that energy. I
felt
it off
Me
of
too.
you.
Me too.
Right?
I think that's why we got along so well.
Yeah.
You know, I think your story is nothing short of fascinating. to see how you followed in your grandfather's legacy that sparked a passion outside of accounting into real estate. I want you to stay tuned as we explore more of Rick's rise to the top right after this break. Of course, if you have a question and you want to reach out to me, you know what to do. Just send me a message on realsensenow.com or just visit any one of my social media platforms. That's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. Type in my name, Dawood Bedrosian. You can find me there. Follow us on our YouTube channel, and all you have to do is obviously like and subscribe and wait for all of the new videos that we're going to be delivering to you week after week. Stay tuned. We'll catch you right after the break. Welcome back. It's your host, Dawood Bedrosian. You know what you're tuning into? The best show that you could check out all week long, which is Real Sense Now. I'm here with my guest, Rick Dhillon. Part of what we like to do on the show is highlight the accomplishments, the careers of successful people. And what I'm really after is understanding the mindset in terms of what makes someone successful. How does the switch go off from not knowing, being stuck, to becoming resourceful and opening up a oyster with a pearl of opportunities that awaits you, right? So let's talk about success. How did you climb that ladder of success?
Dude, I still don't think I'm there. I know I'm there. You know that feeling. How did I would say the moment when I just forgot about the outcome. I don't care about the outcome. I care about what I'm trying to do every single day. And I learned that from one of my mentors. I never talked to him, but it's Kobe Bryant. And he scored, I believe, 81. He scored a lot of points. And I remember, the reporter would come, "Hey, Kobe, you just dropped this many." And this is what he used to say. And it resonated with me. Basically, he said, "Yeah, today the ball went in and I did well. And tomorrow it might not. But all I know is I wake up at 4, 5 a.m., do my stuff. I put in that protocol." So I believe that our dreams are based on the micro commitments we hold to our word every single day.
Swear to God, there's this incredible book called The Slight Edge, and that's exactly what they talk about.
Oh, really?
Just taking that slight edge, just that one little piece. Like, for example, you have that treadmill in your house. Instead of like hanging your clothes off of it, go on for 30 seconds.
That's it, man.
Tomorrow, maybe a minute.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you're probably running for 20 before you can even do it. Same thing with pull-ups. I hated doing pull-ups. I hate doing pull-ups. But you know what? With a little bit of support,
you're better.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And it's about exercising that muscle. It's like a muscle. If you don't grab some weights and work it out, the muscle doesn't go away.
Yeah.
It's always there.
Yeah.
You're just making it bigger.
Yeah.
And what I like to figure out is understanding and highlighting or kind of like creating this roadmap for what a successful mindset is like in order for you to go out and achieve everything that you can in this world.
I think a lot of people underestimate just direct work to what you got to do. Take 10 seconds to explain that. These days, a lot of people taking cold baths, going into saunas, doing all this stuff.
Still can't do that cold plunge thing.
But that's not what. But that's not why they get a rich person rich.
No, I know.
That's what rich people do after they're rich, right? What salespeople are doing, they're making the calls, they're prospecting and all that kind of stuff, and everything else is mindset. So I'm take simple, very terms. If I need to get this, I do this. Very simple. That's success. And if you do it for long enough, it's going to happen.
So what's your philosophy when it comes to client relations and becoming the ultimate negotiator? Because I really want to tap into that, because I think everybody needs to leverage a couple of skills in life, whether you're in sales, whether you're not in sales. We're essentially selling all the time. If you want to convince your little kid to do something, you basically have to sell them on the idea. What are some of your secrets to becoming the ultimate negotiator? How does that play into your value for your client relationships and allowing them to grow?
Ultimate negotiator, 2 things. One we covered, which is actually listening and coming to the table without an agenda. Okay. The second part is actually being the expert and having value. That's it. So let's put those 2 things together. If you listen and you understand what the person wants and you don't come with an agenda, and then you have ultimate value, they value you. You've earned their trust. Our job in front of our prospect is to earn their trust. Once you earn their trust, they see you have a person with value, negotiating stops. Now it's just discussion. What do you think, Rick? Hey, last time I was with you, I made $100,000. I want to do it again. What do you think? Hey, my sister wants to do it. And then the hospitality portion kicks in, which you're really good at, by the way, right?
I live for this.
Yeah.
Just like hosting people.
Just taking care of the people. And that's it, man.
Yeah, you know how it's funny. I never told this story. I'd love to tell this story right now.
Yeah.
So my friend's ex-fiance happened to be coaching me at one of the lowest points in my life. And I wasn't sure about what I wanted to do and so on and so forth. And she was nauseatingly positive. Like, I mean, to the point in time where you're like, stop, I'm going to throw up right now because you're just so positive.
Yeah.
And, not sure what to do with my life, didn't know what direction to go in. She goes, let's play a game. Let's imagine. If you could do anything in this world, what would you like to do? Okay. True story. My first answer was, I love hosting people. Just naturally. It's one of the things that I like to do. I like to have people over. I like to show people a good time. And for some strange reason, I used to work with this guy. And we used to try to sell buses back in the day, like mini buses and coaches and stuff like that. Don't ask me how I got into that. Just pure like paths crossing at the right time. And he used to always say with his little Southern accent, I like big ticket items. And so I said, I want to host and I want to sell big ticket items. I honestly did not know what that meant, but it just sounded so good.
Love that, bro.
Right? And she goes, so what do you think you want to do? Do you want to sell RVs? I go, I don't know anything about RVs. She goes, do you want to sell luxury cars? I don't know anything about cars. She goes, what about real estate? I was like, I don't know anything about real estate either, but if I can travel and if I can talk to a bunch of people and if I could like maybe do like more of a seminar type of scenario, I think I would like to do that. Guess what ended up happening? All manifested into reality. That's exactly what ended up happening. That's exactly what I've done for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Basically come and do non-traditional real estate, which is source new markets to come and expand their portfolio offering by coming into a really fruitful market that has spearheaded the real estate industry here in the United States since before the crash. And it's probably one of the hottest real estate markets to be in. I didn't know how to put signs in the ground or do an open house. I really was useless at all of these things. I was really good at what I was good at, just like what you said. And I know you work with a lot of realtors on a regular basis. So ultimately, it comes to a pass where you need to give something back. You need to show people how to expand on what it is that they're doing so they too can become successful. What advice do you have for new realtors that you work with that are trying to enter this market?
One is very simple. Just learn real estate. Too many realtors don't learn real estate. Get used to the phone. Get used to contacting people. Pick up the phone. Don't be afraid. If you're going to get in real estate sales, you're going to get used to rejection. People are going to say no to you, and that's okay. But here's what I want you to really focus on. There's going to come a point in time where you're going to have to work really hard, prospect, and build your client base. Call that 2-3 years. If you just get that out of the way, just get it out of the way. Now you're going to get repeat referral business. You can build that. Now, guess what? You're going to earn some money. You're finally going to have some money to also invest in real estate. That's all I did. I started buying properties with my commission checks. Now, after I got those properties, they went up in value. You got to practice what you preach. Once I started getting those commission back, what if I start building ground up? Started getting into a little bit of development, right? Then got into this whole thing about growing and coaching real estate agents through EXP and now coaching courses, right?
And so, you have one of the biggest teams in the country.
0.001 in the world.
Oh, wow.
That's hard for me to say because I'm usually like, I don't want to talk about it. But now.
No, talk about it.
Yeah, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. Because we got to empower.
Right? We'll apply this into whatever area of business that they're in.
Yeah.
Because it's about expanding. Because if you're not growing, you're dying.
Yeah.
Right? So talk to us about that. What's your approach to building and leading some of the top real estate teams around?
First thing, I feel like I have the fastest car. I picked the best model. I have a Ferrari and other people are having a tricycle. I'm smart enough to be a visionary. 20 years ago, I got my real estate license when people thought it was crazy. Why are you getting a real estate license? 3 years ago, a little over, in Canada, especially, nobody was joining EXP. People thought I was crazy. That happened here about 5-6 years ago.
And EXP, for those who don't know, is probably one of the newest and fastest growing real estate brands, just like a Coldwell Banker, Remax,
Nailed it.
Century 21, whatever the case may
Yeah.
be, just expanding to multiple countries, and they have a completely different
Yeah.
system, which we can get into
Yeah.
in a minute as
You
well.
get 3 streams of income instead of 1, and then it's awesome, right? So I was in a traditional brokerage model, and somebody that I really respect pitched me EXP. I came home and I'm like, I just saw the Netflix of real estate sales, and right now I'm sitting in a Blockbuster. And you know what happened to Blockbuster?
They went out of business.
It went out of business. I'm like, I need to jump on this wagon and latch on and just ride it. So I feel like I have the best model. And then again, it's just it's not for everybody, but just finding your tribe and getting them. One of my mentors said, if you want to become successful and financially free, you need to solve a headache. That's it.
A big headache.
So the headache in bringing people onto EXP is just educating them. Because if they give you the time to listen, they'll be like, holy man, this thing is remarkable. And then they do whatever they want. They come, they don't come. It is what it is.
It's always incredible to have these conversations with you. And unfortunately, based on this format that we have, I know I can speak to you for 4 hours and keep rapping the whole time. But your insights are incredible. It really kind of peers into how you have achieved real estate excellence. And I have a lot to learn from you. So you're not going anywhere. Up next, we'll discuss with Rick how he's shaping the future of new realtors right after these messages. Of course, if you want to get a hold of me, you know what to do. Send me a message on realsensenow.com and I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. And of course, if you want to connect with me, DM me at LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook by simply typing in my name, Dawood Bedrosian. And I'm going to leave you with a little hint. If you're looking to expand into the real estate business and you want some direction or you want to become part of a very successful team, you know what to do. Reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to guide you along the way. It's your host, Dawood Bedrosian, and we'll catch you right after the break. I know I'm going to put you on the spot here, but
let's go.
It's Dawood Bedrosian. I'm joined by an incredible guest. We continue with our conversation with you, Rick. You've shared your vision for empowering realtors to reach millionaire status multiple times over and beyond. I want to talk about your formula of success. What is your formula for success?
The formula of success is it could be transferred anywhere, in any business, in any sport. There's a couple of foundations that you have to get into. So first of all, you got to build your mindset. Your outside is always a reflection of your inside, period. How did I do that? Well, I didn't have mentors in the family, so I had audiobooks. I crushed audiobooks. I didn't love reading, but back in the day, we had a little store called Audiobook World. Dude, every time I would go to the Wayne Dryers, this, that, the person that really changed my life.
Actually, Wayne is one of my favorite authors.
I love him.
Power of Intention is probably one of the best books I've ever read.
Love him.
Yeah.
Rest his soul. God bless him. And Brian Tracy, I started getting into that. But the guy that really caught me was Jim Rohn.
Oh, I love
If you guys haven't read Jim Rohn or just followed his philosophy, Jim Rohn coached Tony Robbins, put it that way.
Well, he's the one that basically gave him...
Yeah. So audiobooks, getting that knowledge and really developing yourself as a person. Then I realized I had to get all the crap out of my life. Get into the right room because I was in wrong relationships, wrong friendships, wrong business partners because I was attracting what I was. So now getting rid of emptying your cup.
I got to stop you there. Yeah. Guys, I need to play that back on rewind.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Dude, one of the hardest things I had to do is get rid of history and emptying my cup, getting rid of the people and places and things in my life that were no longer serving me. And then I go through a period of loneliness because I have nobody. But I'd rather eat crackers than be around that.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm evolving from all the books I'm writing. So like hanging out with those people didn't serve me anymore. Then getting into the right rooms. Because I'm a loyal person. And this advice is for anybody that is a loyal person. Okay? If you're a loyal person, the only thing that you really need to do is get into the right room. Because a loyal person in the wrong room, you're done. People are like vultures, but if you're a loyal person and you scan that room and you're in your rooms with like this guy and the people that I'm grateful for in my life right now, Now
Man,
you're
our
an
circle
asset.
is really, really, really
Tight,
powerful right now.
bro. I'm so excited, man.
Like I'm really looking forward to all of our meetings this weekend. It's just like it's insane what we're gonna create.
So blessed with all the people in my life. Love all of you guys.
Yes.
And girls.
So let's talk about the importance of networking, because you've touched on it. And I always make the joke, networking is really not working, but just connecting with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, what are you doing? Networking?
Yeah.
Networking, not working, same
Yeah.
difference,
Yeah.
right? So let's talk about that, because, through this halo effect of all these wonderful people around us, we've literally created this incredible, indestructible tribe of go-getters that are really trying to launch a lot of different initiatives that are really going to help thousands and thousands of people. How has networking played such a vital role in your success?
I'm going to get into manifestation for a second. I felt that, going back to when you become the person that you're meant to become, things open up and you start attracting like-minded people. So if you become powerful and now you start hanging around with other people that are powerful, it's weird. So the networking actually becomes just observing the signs around you. Be open. Don't walk like this. Be like, okay, what is this person saying?
Be curious. Yeah.
Be curious, man. What is this person saying? How can we work together? Da, da, da. And the last thing on networking, do it on your terms. A lot of people back in the day, they wanted to network, like mortgage brokers, big, very high, successful people, right? And they're like, hey, let's go out, from 10 at night to 1 a.m. I don't do those things anymore, right? So I'll network at the gym. I'll network at coffee. I network like this. Not to say I'm boring, but it changed. So you don't have
priorities changed.
Your priorities changed. Don't sacrifice your integrity to network either,
Let's talk about social media, because we're both very active on multiple social media platforms, and you've actually spilled your influence to actually going out and building big business.
Yeah.
And a business that is passively now serving you and paying you back. How has social media played such a pivotal role in your journey, in your success?
I have to be honest. It's good to be honest, no? My wife, she, when we met, she was like, listen, I see the way you maneuver. I see how you talk. You need to be on social media. Before that, I wasn't. I'm a secret agent. A lot of people didn't know me. I was kicking ass, but I was secret.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to put myself out there for whatever reason, right? But then when we started doing it, then I started understanding, holy, personal brand is everything. That's how we influence people. That's how we inspire people. But that's how you also selfishly, how you get opportunity. Why am I spraying money on billboards and newspapers? Do they even exist anymore, or sponsored ads? All you got to do is give value on social media and opportunities open.
Listen.
Like this.
Listen to me loud and clear.
Yeah.
If you're not putting out content because you don't like the way you look, you don't like the way you sound, look at yourself again in the mirror, because that's exactly the way you're showing up in life. What you need to do is you need to climb to the top of the mountain and just be like King Kong, bang on your chest and let the world know exactly what you're doing. Because by putting out that content, what you're essentially doing is you're passively prospecting. You don't even have to put in the work. People are watching your stuff. They're following you. They like you. They want to work with you.
Yeah.
And people only work with the people that they like.
Or want to be like.
So let's talk about wanting to be like Rick.
Mike.
No, Rick. How do you ensure, while you're building such incredible teams, that your team is actually aligned with your business values? I don't like the word goals. I'm going to say commitments, and better yet, culture.
We got to document that. So we write our goals. People write their goals every New Year's. They have their values. We have core values in our group. I have core values as a person, and just really finding people that align. For example, the core values that I live by and the team lives by as well is health, wealth, contribution, and things like that. So just making sure that the right people come onto the table. And when they do, you offer them a place where they can succeed.
So how would you advise people in today's world to leverage technology in, for example, their real estate business?
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the tools people are using that you're encouraging your new agents, your new team that you're building, so that they can go out and become more effective in everything?
For now, you got to go with the market. You got to go with the times. Old school methodologies are back. Houses are expiring for people that are in resale. For people that are in pre-con, there's deals to be had because builders are not selling. So go out and knock on some doors, like go after for sale by owners. Online leads, I don't think are as powerful as they used to be. Right now, it's that old school open house, expiry calls, for sale by owners, calling your database. Just like fashion goes in a circle, so does our business. That whole thing that happened with online lead generation, I think, has taken a back seat. There was a time and place where you could crush it with reverse prospect marketing. You can also keep that into your business. But I want to say this. Go back to the old school methodology. Get used to people calling you on the phone and you calling on the phone. Get used to articulating. And when you get used to articulating, your business grows. You become a person of value. When you become a person of value, other people that are also people of value get attracted to you and new opportunities open. I don't know how else I can say
I'm smiling ear to ear because everything you're saying is spot on.
Yeah.
Right? Success begets success. Success breeds success. And people are quietly following you, watching what you're doing, checking out your posts. They may not be participating, but they know what's happening. And you're right. These age-old methodologies will never change because ultimately we're in the business interacting with human beings on a regular basis.
Yeah.
You need to shake hands, you need to kiss babies, and you need to be belly to belly. And what people want is to be working with someone who's a professional, who understands their needs and can really guide them to, quote unquote, the promised land.
And do what you do. Be a giver.
Yep.
How can I help you? There's too many takers out there. If you come from a place of contribution, hey, how can I help you? What can I do for you? You're good at that. People around me are good at that. So whoever's watching, come from a place of contribution, see what you can do.
What are some of the mistakes you find a lot of newer agents or newer people that are trying to get into different entrepreneurship endeavors seem to trip up or fail at?
They quit right when they're about to make it.
Simple as that, right?
They quit. I'll tell you something. If you don't quit in whatever you do, transcends business, health, anything, relationships, if you don't quit, you're going to be successful.
Simple as that.
It's simple as that.
Not only having the right mindset, I think self-development is phenomenal, but what you really need to do is go out and find yourself a mentor that believes in you, that could see a bird's eye view of everything that's happening around you and can hopefully guide you in the right place. You touched on mentorship before. How has mentorship played a role in your career, both as a mentor and a mentee?
So the best mentors are the best students. People sometimes call me coach. Hey, you're my mentor. It feels nice. It feels a little awkward too, but I'll give myself credit as a student. I'm a very good student. I watch, I observe, I listen. I'm thirsty. A lot of people are hungry and they want it. I'm thirsty for knowledge, and I'm not a know-it-all. I'm not like, I don't know. I don't. When you're talking to me and you're telling me about Orlando, you're telling me about the opportunities, I'm listening. I'm not like, I know. Like, I'm very good student. So if you're a good student and you observe, you learn. And when you learn, you reach a certain level. And now people want to know how you get there. So be a good student.
Looking back, what would you tell your younger self who was just starting out in real estate?
You're enough. Yeah, you're enough, bro.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, man. I feel that a lot of people suffer with not healing their inner child. So now I'd like to say my little Rick inside of me has big Rick with muscle now. Now it's like, hey, I got you, bro. You're not alone. You don't have to sit in the corner. Doesn't matter. Come out. Ask that question in class. Don't worry if you were the last one picked at the sports team. I got you. You know what you're going to become? So as a father, I do that to my two sons, man, and it's awesome.
I love it.
Yeah.
Rick, your commitment to mentoring the next generation of realtors is truly admirable. Thank you for sharing your journey. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us today. It's been an honor for me to have you on my show. What's the best way people can get a hold of you?
You could go with my social, Rick Dhillon, Dhillon, Instagram, rickdhillon.com. Everything's right there.
And if you want to connect with me, have a real estate question, visit the website realsensenow.com. Catch me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Type in my name, Dawood Bedrosian. And remember, whether the real estate market trends upward or whether it's trending downwards, real estate will always trend upward over time. This is your host, Dawood Bedrosian. We're signing off. Remember, it's not just about making sense of the world, but making real sense of what's going on around you. Stay tuned for more inspiring stories as I have more and more guests join our show. Rick, thank you for being a guest on my show.
Appreciate it, man.